Welcome to the highlights of our 2016 season. We begin this video with exciting news. We have seen over $50,000 in revenue, which has been raised through programming to support our work. In addition, a major increase in grant funding has been received. Our membership has increased significantly and donations have increased by 10%. Nearly 4,000 individuals have visited our museum or taken part in activities this season. Over 500 people took one of our walking tours. More than 100 people participated in our workshops. 900 people from 21 states and 8 foreign countries visited Centennial Cottage, and over 600 people toured through the Homes of Distinction featured on our annual house tour. Our auction and postcard antique and collectibles show have drawn hundreds and raised thousands this year.
Our spring 2016 auction resulted in over $4,000 in revenue for the Historical Society. In addition to antiques, collectibles, and rare Ocean Grove memorabilia, something new was added. Unique Ocean Grove experiences awarded to the highest bidder. Some of these packages included a romantic candlelight dinner for 2 in the gardens of Centennial Cottage with food provided by Seagrass. Also, a day for your pet and make your own Sunday party at Nagel's, and get to the head of the line at days after the 4th of July fireworks, and even having a reserved table. Auction attendees enjoyed these fun experiences. Look for our next auction on Saturday, May the 13th, 2017. Our auctioneer will be Art Krevitz.
Ladies, Land, Liquor, and the Lord, Women of Ocean Grove in the Stokes Era, 1869 to 1897, is the new exhibit at the Museum of the Historical Society of Ocean Grove. The exhibit will be on display through December 2016. We received an $8,000 grant from the Carney Bank Foundation, which made this exhibit possible. The exhibit officially opened in June. Dr. Del O'Hara researched and developed this fascinating and informative look at Ocean Grove in its beginnings.
The women in Ocean Grove at this time were artists, authors, school principals, wives, mothers, chambermaids, physicians, teachers, saleswomen, nurses, servants, cooks, real estate agents, and more. Even then, they were working on breaking what is commonly referred to as the glass ceiling. Why did they come to Ocean Grove? If you haven't already done so, visit this interactive media exhibit and learn why they did. The museum will be open on Fridays and Saturdays in the fall.
On Monday, June 27th, the Historical Society's general meeting was held at the Francis Asbury Manor. The topic of that evening's meeting was the history of days, presented by Kim Brittingham. Kim discussed the history of days and brought with her a slideshow to share photos from Day's early years. Carla Herr, the present owner of the building, spoke to the members regarding her family's work in restoring the building. This summer, Days celebrated its 140th anniversary and is the longest continuing operating business in Neptune Township. At the conclusion of the presentation, attendees were treated to ice cream from Days, which was generously donated by Dave Fernicola.
It was another season of fun and unique learning at our annual workshops, where over 100 individuals participated in a variety of offerings. Throughout the year, we offered 17 workshops, which included beach scene painting, fabric bracelets, Zen tangles, wire wrap jewelry, inspirational quotes matted artwork, and many others. Please check our website in the winter when we'll be advertising our upcoming offerings for 2017. The Ocean Grove Chamber of Commerce will be sponsoring Girlfriends Getaway Weekend in late February, and we will be participating by offering some unique workshops, so check both sites for additional information.
The Historical Society sponsors 2 History Days during the summer. The first was held on July 9th, and it discussed the Bancroft Taylor home, which was built by a sea captain who was part of Queen Victoria's coronation. The home then was Emily Rice's secondary school for young women. Caroline Bancroft bought it, and her daughters turned it into the first home for retired deaconesses after Caroline Bancroft died. Our second History Day, held on August 12th, once again shared interesting and valuable information. We welcome Linda Bauer, who spoke about researching your Ocean Grove property, tracing the deeds and leases. The second part of that day was led by Ted Bell, noted historian and Historical Society curator, who discussed the early history of Ocean Grove, including an exhibit of source maps. To learn more about Ocean Grove's history, go to our website to view Curiosities of Ocean Grove videos that have been developed and hosted by Kim Brittingham. Some topics covered with these videos are the history of Day's ice cream, the bathing suit controversy of the 1870s, Mrs. Wagner's pies, and more.
A recent New York Times article called Ocean Grove a Museum of Victorian Architecture. Over 600 people toured our homes of distinction in Ocean Grove for the 48th annual house tour on Friday, July 15. Despite the heat, this successful fundraiser for the Society raised 15% more than last year, and as it does annually, it promotes the unique architectural beauty of our seaside town.
The annual Beersheba Awards winners were applauded on July 25th for their expert and beautiful renovations. On your next walk in Ocean Grove, be sure to view the exceptional winning homes at 22 Surf Avenue, 33 Main Avenue, 88 Main Avenue, 90 Webb Avenue, and 65 Broadway.
A nice ocean breeze greeted those who joined us for our 27th annual Postcard Antiques and Collectibles Show on Saturday, August the 20th. Over 17 vendors participated. Many stopped by to sit and pursue the variety of postcards, check out the many antiques and collectibles, or to stop and chat with those vendors who have sold them items year after year. A successful day for all involved.
The Historical Society's very popular walking tours drew hundreds of visitors to Ocean Grove each season. Over 500 individuals took the walking tour this season, including a number of bus tours. These tours began at the museum with an overview of the history of Ocean Grove, and then on to the great auditorium and a look inside at the magnificent Hope Jones organ and the history behind the building and this instrument. Visitors are fascinated by the tent community, and we take them on an inside tour of 2 and sometimes 3 tents. The tour continues on to the Ocean Pathway and finishes the tour at the Centennial Cottage with a walk-through and refreshments in the gardens. The tour begins the middle of June and runs through Labor Day Saturday.
The Women's History Tour was scheduled for 3 days this summer, but due to an overwhelming demand, a 4th day was scheduled this September. Tours are conducted by Dr. Del O'Hara and attract those who are interested in the role the early women played in Ocean Grove and in their accomplishments. The tour has a unique aspect, including reenactors. Meet Phoebe Palmer, who was known as the mother of the Holiness Movement, the Bull sisters, Lydia and Matilda, who owned and operated the Aurora Hotel on Surf Avenue, Sarah Downs, who stayed on Ocean Pathway and was involved in the temperance movement, and Margaret Coleman, a physician who owned a building in Ocean Grove and practiced homeopathic medicine there.
Centennial Cottage, donated to the Camp Meeting Association by the Skold family and operated by the Historical Society, continues to offer a glimpse of life in 19th century Ocean Grove to the hundreds who visit this delightful house museum and beautiful gardens each year. The cottage is furnished with 19th century pieces based on photos of similar Ocean Grove cottages from the 1880s and 1890s. The cottage operates from the middle of June through Labor Day weekend and is open 6 days a week during that time. If you haven't stopped by, you have a real treat awaiting you. And if you've been there before, come back, as you never know what new treasures await you. Our cottage yard sale on September 10th raised $1,000 in conjunction with the giant flea market on Ocean Pathway and was great fun. Historical and unique items were featured on the grounds of Centennial Cottage, and all monies were donated to the Historical Society. Despite the heat that day, a steady stream of visitors flowed through the gardens, browsing, buying, and finding relief from the heat by sitting in the shade for a bit. Look for us next year and stop by to say hello.
The Historical Society is continuing its efforts to restore Founders Fountain in Founders Park. We hope we can rely on your help as you continue to hear more about our fundraising efforts. A grant is also being sought to fund this effort. In 1907, the centerpiece of Founders Park in Ocean Grove came alive with the installation of a handsome four-tier fountain. Sadly, although the park remains, its fountain in its original form does not. However, the fountain can be restored to its original beauty. The Founders Fountain stands as an ideal example of Ocean Grove's strong heritage, beauty through simplicity, and the calming influence of the water. Its restoration will provide a focal point for an important historical location that deserves renewed attention and admiration within this Greenacre Park. Watch for more details about our efforts.